Hey everyone! Before we dive in, just a quick note. This video is based on a presentation I gave in the context of a professional event in my daily job. That's also why I choose to keep it in English, to stay true to the original setting. Some reflections here are a bit broader, blending travel experiences with life and work insights. But no matter where you're coming from, whether you're traveling, working, or simply curious, I believe some of these impressions can resonate with all of us. When I first set off on my world trip, I thought it would mostly be about ticking places off a list, seeing famous landmarks, collecting some great stories. But pretty quickly, it turned into something way deeper. The real journey happened through the people I met, through the cultures I encountered, through all the small and big moments that shifted the way I see the world. And that's what I want to share with you today. Not just places, but perspectives. Not a guidebook, but a few things that stayed with me long after the trip ended, and what I'm taking home just to put it straight into my daily work and in my life. Just what I learned from a 6-month sabbatical leave and the world trip in total. So let's get started.
I am Dennis and I took a 6-month sabbatical leave, 194 days to be exact, to travel around the world across 6 continents and through 22 countries. But what really mattered weren't just the places. It was the people, the diverse cultures, and the new perspectives I encountered. This journey was far more than just ticking destinations off a list. It was about looking deeper, reflecting on what shapes us, and discovering what connects us all as human beings. My adventure started in Africa, at the foot of Mount Kilimanjaro. I did not only visit the Maasai village or the wonderful and stunning nature, but especially I visited a children's care center, thinking I would bring help through donations and support. But truthfully, those children helped me. They showed me what poverty truly means. Not just the lack of material comforts, but the absence of take-for-granted basics like clean water or a stable roof or daily food. Playing soccer with them, listening to their dreams, I realized these kids had aspirations as vivid as mine, if not even brighter. It grounded me right from the start. It was a perfect beginning of my work trip. It made me aware of my privileges and responsibilities I have. That very first encounter became a project close to my heart, one I still keep in touch with today. From there, I moved on, heading east to a country known for overwhelming impressions and vibrant contrasts. In India, everything seemed to happen all at once. Noisy traffic, swirling colors, the scent of spices lingering in the air. The initial chaos was a real cultural shock for me. But beneath that surface, I discovered a genuine warmth and deep-seated hospitality. I sat on the floor with my Indian friends, eating with my hands, feeling not like a foreigner, but a welcome guest. India taught me not to judge too quickly behind what appeared disorderly. There was a rich tapestry of kindness and community waiting to be understood, so I really had to look deeper. After absorbing India's lessons, I continued my journey toward the gentle smiles and welcoming vibes of Southeast Asia. In Southeast Asia, I found that a simple smile can open doors. Whether wandering through bustling markets or dipping coffee in a humble roadside stall, I learned that smiling first often meant receiving one in return. This unspoken language eased interactions and built trust because the people in Southeast Asia, they always approach me with a smile. It's just deep into their culture that smiling is very natural there. That's something to remember, not just when traveling, but also come back home. Whether it's at work or meeting new colleagues, a smile I learned could change the tone of a conversation, leaving everyone more at ease and receptive. With that warmth in mind, I ventured further, hopping over to a completely different environment, where nature's grandeur and indigenous wisdom awaited. In Oceania, I was surrounded by boundless coastlines, vibrant rainforests, and ancient traditions of the Maori and Aboriginal peoples. Here I realized that there are forces and things and histories far greater than my own day-to-day concerns, and even way greater than everything I'm encountering in my daily working life. And all the problems we have at home, they were not only far away because of the greatness I was encountering there. We are just a small part of a vast ecosystem. Embracing that perspective shrank my problems down to a more manageable size. Suddenly, workplace challenges seemed smaller, easier to approach. Understanding the world's immense scale helped me appreciate that we must respect what came before us and what will outlast us, and that not everything is really a big problem. The things are always manageable. With a new sense of humility, I continued my journey northward, seeking the grace and quiet harmony of a land known for its intricate etiquette and deep respect. Japan's culture really captivated me. I think I could speak for hours about the Japanese culture. It's all about calmness, respect, discipline, ending all up in harmony among the people. Everything felt choreographed with respect and consideration, as if each interaction had its own rhythm. One memory stands out. An elderly couple on a train platform saw me looking confused. We shared no common language since they were not speaking English or German at all, and I only had a few words in Japanese. But they refused to give up, using gestures and patient smiles to guide me. They helped me until they made sure I was helped, that I got the help I was asking for. It wasn't about helping for the help's sake. It was about helping people. That attentiveness spoke volumes about their mindset. Another small detail reveals much about Japanese culture. The word arigato for thank you can be expressed in two time frames. Arigato gozaimasu for present gratitude and arigato gozaimashita for past gratitude. So when you receive your food in a restaurant, you say arigato gozaimasu. When you're leaving, you say arigato gozaimashita. So that speaks a lot and tells a lot about Japanese culture, that they have two time forms just for the word arigato for thank you. Embracing that subtlety can transform how we interact by listening more closely, offering help freely, and cherishing every moment of kindness. Carrying this lesson with me, I crossed the Pacific Ocean to a region known for its vibrant energy, where perfectionism wasn't the priority, but joy and resilience thrived. In Latin America, I encountered a relaxed acceptance of life's imperfections, less about polished surfaces, more about dancing with the rhythm of what is. I learned that luxury isn't necessarily a penthouse or luxury sedan or a yacht or whatever we can get in our mind when we're thinking about luxuries. It can be something as basic as a warm shower, a solid window screen, or a genuine conversation under the stars. This understanding helped me shed petty frustrations. Instead of fixating on what I lacked, I learned to value what I had. It reminded me to bring more joy and adaptability into my professional life. Because flexibility and gratitude can make even the toughest task more bearable. With a humbler heart, I journeyed north to a place I thought I knew well, eager to see if my new perspective would hold up in familiar surroundings. North America, and particularly New York City, felt like a test. I had been there before, but this time everything seemed different. After 5.5 months on the road, I noticed subtle nuances I'd previously overlooked. I realized I had changed. My worldview had expanded, allowing me to appreciate familiar sights with fresh eyes. The takeaway? Sometimes you need to step outside your comfort zone and from your own perspective and your home turf to understand what you have and how you can improve it. The same applies to business. A fresh perspective and an outside-in perspective can reveal solutions where we once saw only problems. Armed with these new insights, I ventured into a region known for its deep roots and strong traditions, to see how understanding context could reshape my viewpoints. In the Middle East, tradition and modernity interlace in a way that can feel foreign to a European observer. Instead of dismissing practices I didn't understand, I took the time to learn about them. That's when it struck me. Every custom, no matter how different, has a history and purpose. This lesson applies to global cooperation. Before condemning unfamiliar processes or working styles, try to understand their origins and values. Often what looks strange from afar becomes logical and meaningful up close. Finally, it was time to return home, to Europe, carrying with me the echoes of countless lessons learned abroad. Back in Europe, I experienced a shock. After seeing the world's complexity and humility, I suddenly recognized a certain arrogance at home. I'm European as well, so I can tell it from the perspective from myself and an outside-in perspective I've taken. We often treat our success and stability as innate, forgetting how hard they were to achieve and how easily they could slip away if we stop learning and adapting. I'm European as well, as I mentioned, and I include myself in this realization. This journey made me question our assumptions and forced me to acknowledge that we can and must do better and still keep on improving to keep our success and not rely on it, what we achieved only in the past. So to sum up all my experiences and learnings from my world journey, I can say that nothing is guaranteed. The world is too big, too varied, and too alive for us to become complacent. Being more open and less rigid doesn't mean discarding who we are. It means welcoming other perspectives, greeting questions with kindness, and that means that if someone approaches you with a question, it's not about an accusation. He or she is encouraged just to approach you with the questions. He wants to learn from you. Be open, encounter him and approach him with a smile, and take the question as a question to help him or her, and not as an accusation, as I mentioned. We should focus more on solutions rather than on problems. At work and life, we can rediscover the qualities that once defined our greatest achievements. The drive to innovate, to help, to learn. If there's one lesson from my 194-day journey, it's it. The world is an endless source of inspiration, and we grow as human beings when we choose to be curious, compassionate, and especially humble.